Hello and welcome to Lean White Football Vlogs. Right, so we have just got some breaking news in the last couple of minutes. And it involves Arsenal again. Surprise, I'm talking about them again. I'm never going to be able to talk about anything else on this channel, am I, realistically? But Arsenal have just completed two brand new signings in the January transfer market. In fact, our first two signings in the January transfer market, with the hopes that maybe there will be some more to come. So yesterday it was confirmed that Arsenal had interest in Brighton forward Leandro Trossard. The Belgium international had fallen out recently with manager Roberto De Zerbi, and he basically just made his intentions known that he wants to leave the club, and Arsenal have swooped in. Arsenal yesterday, or actually on Wednesday, a matter of fact, got in contact with Brighton, and bish bash bomb, the deal has been pretty much complete. Leandro Trossard has signed his Arsenal contract, which will be valid, which we initially thought was 2027. It will be until 2026. Arsenal will have the option though to extend by an extra year. The 28-year-old has signed his contract. He signed it before 12 p.m. today being Friday. So although there is not official confirmation yet by the time I'm making this video, it is likely that the Belgium international will be available for selection against Manchester United on Sunday in that huge clash between us and United, which is huge because we need everyone available against Manchester United. We need our entire squad fit. We need as many players as we can possibly get coming through the door. And you know, Leandro Trossard has a very good record against teams in the top six. So you know, this is fantastic if it is true. And look, we're just waiting official announcement of the deal being complete from Arsenal themselves. The medical was complete this morning, no problems there whatsoever. Personal terms were agreed. Arsenal will pay £21 million with additional add-ons of around £6 million to be paid to Brighton and Hove Albion. I think it was rumoured that he will be on around 90 grand a week. And yeah, I think this is a fantastic deal done by Arsenal. When you look at the face of it, obviously he wasn't our first main transfer target coming into the January transfer window. Obviously Mikhailo Mudryk was the main target that Arsenal were looking at. But when you think of it now, Arsenal would have had to spend 80-90 million to get Mudryk in the door for Arsenal, and it's not even clear and it's not obvious that this would have been a success. With this one, I think it's a lot smarter business done by Arsenal. Leandro Trossard is Premier League proven. He knows the league very well. He's done very well against, you know, the big six so-called in the Premier League over the last number of years. He fits in well. He'll fit in well with the system. He's already playing on a Brighton team that loves to play, you know, expansive football, loves to play pretty football, you know, loves playing 1-2 football. I think he can link up very well with our attack coming in straight away. He gives great backup as well to the likes of Saka, who if he needs a rest, Trossard can come in. Martinelli needs a rest, Odegaard needs a rest, and Kenny needs a rest. Trossard can come in and do the business. This season already, he's scored 7 goals in the league, including and also chipping in with 2 assists in 16 league games, which is really, really impressive. And that's already included a hat-trick at Anfield this season, strikes against Manchester City away from home, Chelsea at home, and Leicester City as well. And he's also like last season, he did score away at the Emirates, he did score at home to Manchester United, and he scored the winner away to Tottenham. So he's proven over the last year or so that he can be a big game player, and that is what we need over the next couple of months. And I even see some fans complaining about this, saying, you know, he's 28 years of age, he's this or that, he fell out with the manager. Listen, if Mikel Arteta wants him, I absolutely want him. And listen, we signed players like Santi Cazorla when he was 28 years of age, and look how he turned out for us. So I'm not worried about age whatsoever. I think you need a bit of experience in the team now. There's a lot of young players in the team, which is great, but you also need a bit of experience, especially in attack as well, where we do need every player that we can get at the moment. So I think this is an excellent deal done by Arsenal. And yeah, welcome to the club, Leandro Trossard, sorry. And I really look forward to seeing what he can do. Also today, this just came absolutely out of the blue. Arsenal have also completed the signing of Jakub Kiwior. I hope I pronounced his name properly. Here we go, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Contracts are being signed with Spezia, fee in excess of around 20 million euros with additional add-ons. It's understood that the player has agreed personal terms on a 5-year deal. Medical will be complete in the next 48 hours. I'm not going to pretend that I know who this guy is, because I don't, I'll be honest with you, and a lot of fans will probably say the same thing. They'll probably be in agreement with me. They don't know a lot about this player. I've never seen him play before in my life, so I don't know what he is actually like. But what I found anyways is that he's a 22-year-old centre-back who has played 20 games this season for Spezia this season, although he was absent from the starting 11. He was on the bench for the last outing against Torino. He's attracted a lot of European interest in the summer, but made the decision to remain playing for Spezia in Italy in order to guarantee himself a spot in Poland's World Cup squad by playing as much first-team football as possible. I don't know a lot about this player, but what I will say is, if Mikel Arteta wants him and he trusts him, then I'm completely on board. I feel like this is more of just someone that we need as backup at the moment. I feel like this is a transfer which is going to be seen more as backup towards Gabriel Magalhaes at the moment, because we don't have a left-sided centre-back at the moment that can cover him, you know, if he was to get injured or if he needed a rest. So I think this is an excellent bit of business again done by Arsenal. You know, they've obviously done their scouting, they've done their research on him, and if they think he's a good player and he fits the system, then I'm absolutely delighted. And you know what? We'll need him for games. You know, if we were to beat Man City in the FA Cup, we'll need him, you know, going further on that competition. We'll need him in the latter stages, hopefully, of the Europa League. And, you know, as the Premier League season goes along, who knows? Gabriel could pick up an injury, Saliba could pick up an injury, and we could need him, you know, at some stage. So listen, I'm happy enough with this deal. I hope it goes well for him. His medical is expected to be completed in the next 48 hours, like I said, around Saturday, Sunday. He's flying to London, I think, at the moment as we speak. So listen, I'm delighted. Another signing in the door, caught us completely out of the blue. So welcome to the club, Jakub. And just finally as well, Arsenal have also had their interest for Real Valladolid 18-year-old fullback Ivan Fresneda. Arsenal are reportedly claimed to be ahead of everyone in the race for the kid. They could offer in around 20 million euros for the transfer, 17.5 million pounds, in a bid to beat the likes of Juventus and Borussia Dortmund to his signature. I think, again, another young player, another player that's probably one for the future, but he's a very talented fullback from what I've heard. Again, I don't know too much about him, but you know, from judging by how well we've done over the transfer window over the last year or two, you know, signing players, you got to remember when we signed Tommy Yasu, not a lot of people knew who he was, and looked how he turned out. So listen, I'm happy enough with this. I think if we got an extra player in, and you think now, that's really good business done by Arsenal though, you think. Like I said at the start, if we had signed Mudryk, that would have been 88, 90 million pounds gone down the drain on just one player, and the potential risk that he might not even perform for us, that he could potentially not adjust to the league quickly or anything like that. Whereas now, you think if they spend 17 million on this guy Fresneda, they spend 20 million or thereabouts on Jakub, and they spend, you know, range around 21 million for Leandro Trossard. I think that's really good business done. That's around 50-60 million pounds, and then they're still exploring, they're still looking for a midfielder, as reported today as well, in the transfer market. Things are looking good. I'm really happy with how they're going at the moment, and hopefully over the next 2 weeks or however long we have, just under 2 weeks left in the transfer market, we can bring in some additional players. So yeah, that's just about it. I've just given my thoughts on Arsenal's transfer business anyways, and just that we've signed 2 players. I said I had to give my initial thoughts on it. So overall, I'm really happy. And please God, we can get more signings in before the end of the window. Preview for the Manchester United game will be out at some stage tomorrow. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please smash a like if you're new around here. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get it building as we go along. And yeah, I'll chat to you guys in the next one.